I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma, and we are almost to the end.
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas, and I can't believe it's December.
This is episode 63 of the Don't Use to Read podcast. And hi, guys. I said 63, and now I'm like, is it 64?
Mm,
uh,
the
or 64. I'm sorry.
64.
64 of the Don't Use to Read podcast. Hi, guys. Today we're going over chapter 16 of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone through the Trapdoor. So we're almost done. This is like the penultimate chapter, and a lot happened.
Yeah, so I was reading while I was listening on audio, and whenever the audio started for this chapter, it said something like 46 minutes. Like, you know how it tells you how long the chapter is? It was a
Uh-huh.
long one. Or to me,
Yeah, it was
that
like
felt long.
it's long for this book. I mean, it was like 30 something minutes, which is something interesting to note about this. I feel like all the chapters are kind of long. I mean,
Yeah.
longer. I think it's funny because if you notice books that are written today, Um, because I'm reading a series right now that was written also in the 90s. Harry Potter was written in the 90s as well. And the chapters are very large. Like
Mm-hmm.
in the other book I'm reading too, they're like 45 minutes, 40 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
pretty big. And you notice a difference in novels written now. I mean, I don't feel like you see that as much. You often run into like a few pages of a chapter, like books with 100 chapters or more.
Totally. I agree. I think it's because of attention spans. And Josh is very much team long chapters.
Yeah, it's nice for like sinking into a book. It really helps you connect. But yeah, like you said, attention spans are like even I see it and I'm like, "Oh no." But then I get
It
sucked in,
goes
but
it goes so fast because I did think I was like, "Oh, this looks like a long one." But then it's funny because we've been pacing ourselves. And so whenever I hit the end, I'm like, but like I want to keep
yeah,
going
it
and I
ends
have
on
to
a
make myself.
cliffhanger and you're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Like if it weren't for this podcast, I would have already been like, I have to read the next page.
Yeah, I did that one time. Like it was when I had first started getting back into reading 6 years ago, and I was gonna read these again and reread the series. And I was like, I'll just read one chapter a night because that felt like a huge deal to me. I thought, okay, that will be a challenge for me to get myself to read one chapter a night. But then, and I did that for a little bit, and then I flew through it. I feel like about halfway, I just kept going and finished it because it's once you hit the stride, it's definitely you're in it. So this one, let's see, where did we leave off? I guess we should. Oh, the just in case with the invisibility cloak. He gets it back with a note that says just in case. And then we had like all the unicorn blood. Someone was drinking the blood.
Yes, yes. In the Forbidden Forest. And they think they're like Snape's trying to, they're like, we know it. They're assuming, but they say, like, we know Snape's trying to regain power. And that's kind of where they know they need to do something, but they don't know what they need to do exactly. But they know Voldemort is alive, barely, but he is not dead, and he wants to regain power. So that's kind of where we start here. We're in exam week. So we're like in the summer. It sounds like the summer. It's very hot. I guess in Europe, it sounds like they start school later than the United States. And so it looks like they run later as well. So we're in the summer, and Harry keeps having recurring nightmares. And he's just having them every night. So he's just having a bad time because it's exam week. He's having to study and take all these tests and all these like finals and having nightmares every day. So that's what's been going on with him. And I had a note here, like Ron, I feel like Ron, this is where he starts to shine in like his quotes. Like I have so many Ron quotes because he's one of my favorite characters, but I just think like he continues on with the series, but I think he just really found his stride in this chapter
Mhm.
because even they finished their exams and Harry's like, "Oh my God, like that was terrible." And Ron's like, "Come on, we've got a week before we find out how badly we've done." Like, he's so sarcastic. I think that's what it is. Like, he's so funny and sarcastic, and I don't know, it comes off so well. Like, he's not mean. He has that dry humor sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That's why I think the movie leaned into like his personality. He in the book, he is very like carefree and funny. And I don't dislike the movie Ron either. But I think they really leaned into that like character quality.
Yes, and then Harry, his scar keeps hurting, and here's something I'm like, how does he know this? I don't know how, or if it's one of those things again that we're just being handed, but Harry says it's hurting because it's a warning. He's like, it's a warning for something that's bad. How does he know that? I don't know. He's confident in it though.
Well, he's not wrong. And
Right.
and he has like it just says like that he's very unsettled. Like his anxiety is high. I think not just because of the exams and all that. Also, yeah, the scar and the nightmares. He feels, I think, like it's a bad omen. And also like they're still stressed out about Snape, thinking that they're waiting, I guess, for the shoe to drop of, you know, the danger that's coming, which which is when Hermione is like, don't, well, both. I think Ron and Hermione are both. They're like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Dumbledore's here. And Dumbledore in this book, and I feel like as the series goes on, he is seen as like the ultimate. Well, how would you describe him? We don't have to be scared of anything if Dumbledore's around.
Like God,
Yes.
like a deity, like a parent.
Yes. And I think we continue to see that. So they're like, okay, it'll ultimately be fine because Dumbledore's here. They think because Snape has been injured by Fluffy that he's not gonna be like in a rush to go back and try again.
Yeah, and it's funny because all of a sudden Harry gets this thought like, "Oh my God, I just realized we don't know who Hagrid got the dragon egg from."
Yes, more,
Like
yeah.
out of nowhere
Yeah. So, and I had a note. I'm like, what? Harry is like, okay, we need to know. We need to know.
right now.
Yeah, right now, where did Norbert come from? Because this could not be a coincidence. This has to be some sort of trap. So he goes and he like interrogates Hagrid. Here we go again. I'm sorry. I'm just a broken record with Hagrid. But like Hagrid is like, no, 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 I wouldn't tell anybody. Of course I wouldn't. And then he's like telling, Harry's questioning him and he's like, well, did you tell him this? Or, I don't know what is he saying? I don't want to slander him. Let's see. What does he say?
Okay.
Okay, the night that you won Norbert, what did the stranger you were playing cards look like? Hagrid is like, I don't know. He wouldn't take his cloak off. And of course, Hagrid is not at all suspicious. He's like, no, it's fine. There's a lot of unusual people. I mean, I never saw his face. It's fine. And then Harry's like, okay, well, but what did you talk to him about? Like, did you tell him about Hogwarts? Like, did you tell him, any information? And Hagrid's like, might have come up. And oh, and then he's like, "Yeah, actually, he did ask." And I told him I was a gamekeeper, and then he was, asking all these questions and I told him this and this and that, but he kept buying me drinks and just I mean, uh
Yeah, and he's like, "Did you tell him about Fluffy?" He goes, "Yeah.
yeah. He's like, "Yeah."
I told him music calms him down. Like I have a good handle on him, basically."
And then it clicks and he's horrified now.
And
I'm
he's
like,
like, "Don't
"Now."
well, he said, don't say that I told you." I don't even know that it horrified him that he told this stranger.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know that he's even made that connection. So he's like, "Don't tell anyone. I shouldn't have told you that." His famous quote. At this point, the trio is like, "Okay, red alert. Hagrid has told somebody how to get past Fluffy," which I guess do they think it's Snape or like what? Oh
Yes.
yeah, okay, Snape. Snape or
Yes.
Voldemort. And so now at this point they're like, okay, Snape knows how to get past or Voldemort, either one knows how to get past Fluffy, and now they are feeling the paranoia.
Yeah, so they rush back and tell McGonagall, and she's like, relax. Well, first of all, she's shocked they even know about any of this, but she's like, relax, it's fine. Dumbledore has it under control. Go to your rooms, and I better not find you out again at bedtime. Her trigger. And Harry and Ron, they try to guard the door and they split up. So they go try to guard the door and they tell Hermione, go keep watch, you know, watch Snape. But Professor McGonagall finds them
That made
and
me laugh out loud.
yeah, she's like, what are
Right.
you trying to do? You think you're gonna, like, which is true. How old are they again? 11 or
Yeah,
12?
I think 11.
She's like, what are you two gonna do? Nothing. Like, go to bed. Yeah, and Hermione got caught trailing Snape right away too.
Yeah, immediately fail. But at this point, Harry is like, well, I'll do it myself.
He'll just get the stone.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'll go through the trapdoor myself because Dumbledore's out of town, which McGonagall
Oh,
told them.
yes.
So
Yes.
so they're like, okay, now Dumbledore's not here to protect it, so we will do it. And so he's like, I'll go through the trapdoor because he at this point he's feeling like, okay, maybe I'll get expelled, but the
Like,
alternative is,
humanity is saved.
yeah, he's like, we're all gonna die anyway, so might as well give it a go. Oh no. And then Neville.
Yes. Okay. So he's like, I'm gonna get the stone. And Hermione and Ron says they're doing it with Harry. They're like, we're not going to leave you alone. We just need to do this together. So then I had a note, picture the Home Alone battle plan scene. They're like making a plan of how they're going to do this, which they have no clue. And yes, Neville comes and I put thoughts. So he stood up for himself. He was like, no, you guys can't do this. You're not going to go out of bed again, get us all in trouble, lose points. And they're like, "Hey, no, you're what did he call him? Ron called him an idiot."
Yeah. He said, "Don't be an idiot," I think. I think that's how he said it.
He stood up for himself and he's like, "Hey, you guys have been telling me to stand up for myself." And Ron was like, "Not to us, to like Draco."
Oh my gosh. And at this point, they're like exasperated because Neville is like, no, he's not backing down, which I love. Like, I was cheering and obsessed with this moment. He's not backing down. And he's like, go ahead, try to hit me. And then Harry turns to Hermione and he says, do something. And I feel so bad. And Hermione feels bad too. She apologizes and she like casts a spell on him. The Perfectus, no, what the Petrificus Totalis. I I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, so he goes stiff as a board and I feel so
He
sad.
falls like flat on his face and they have to roll him over
He's still
and
awake. It's not even like it knocked him
yeah.
out. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I think that's the most savage thing at all.
Yeah, Hermione's like unhinged. So they run and run into Mrs. Norris, and here's another Ron quote. He said, "Let's kick her just this once." Like, they're a mess. And they run into Peeves and convince them that they're the Bloody Baron under the invisibility cloak. Just a mess.
But it's all working.
Yeah. So they get to the door and the door's open. So I had this listed as like chambers, like
Mm-hmm.
the rooms that they're in. So the first one is where Fluffy is. And so Fluffy's there. There's a harp at Fluffy's feet. And they know now because Hagrid said the music. And
Did they bring the harp?
no, that was left there. They
Why?
brought they brought the well they said Snape left it. That's what they
Oh,
said.
okay. That makes sense.
But they brought the flute that Hagrid gave Harry for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they kind of took turns playing it, all of them, back and forth. And so Harry jumped first, and apparently it was a very, very long jump because when they played the music, Fluffy was like lulled to sleep. So went to sleep, fell really, really far, and then here comes Ron, and then last Hermione. They get past the first chamber, so then it's a second, and Hermione says they're stuck in this plant And she says it's a devil's snare. So like the more you move, the more it like entangles you. And Harry and Ron are panicking and it's going up their bodies, like up their chest, neck. And it's funny, again, Ron, because Hermione's like, I don't know how to get rid of it. Like, Harry says, we need fire. And she's like, well, we don't have any wood. And that's when Ron was like, are you a witch or not? And she's like, oh yeah, I have a wand. So she uses her wand to light it on fire. And he makes a big deal about making fun of her for that. He's like, am I not a, are you, what did he say? Oh, we don't have any wood. I can't believe you.
So every professor, the different professors had, did each chamber. So Hagrid was the first one. This one is Professor Sprout, who did this devil's snare. So then they get out of this level.
Yeah, into the room with the jeweled birds. That's what they call it. But they were really keys.
Oh yes, this was Professor Flitwick, and they had to find the correct winged key to unlock the exit door.
And I said, of course, the broomsticks were provided. They're like, look, and there's a broomstick right here for us. I'm like, of course there was.
Yeah, see, why? Again, are we to believe that Snape or, we don't know. Um, are we to believe that they left it there?
I think they were just provided there. Like, they were just there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, but I'll allow it.
We're like, okay, children are reading this, it's fine. But Harry uses his seeker skills here. So he uses his broom or the broom that's there, conveniently provided, and flies around and was there like what was the right key? Do you
It,
remember?
yeah, it looked like a silver old fashioned, and they said it matched the lock.
Okay.
So he found it because his Quidditch skills. He was able to seek it out, catch it. They got it. So Harry really shined on this one. So then room 4, chamber 4 is the chessboard.
Which is Professor McGonagall's spell. And this one was cool. I really liked seeing this one on the movie because I thought that was fun. But it's a life-size wizard's chess set. And to pass this test, one had to win the game, taking the place of one of the pieces. And so this was like Ron's moment, which I love.
Yeah, and the game's like very violent. So instead of just like the pieces being kicked out like off the board, they're being demolished basically. And I had a note about that too, about the movie, that I thought the movie made the scene even bigger than this. I mean, it was a big part in the chapter, but I think the movie like really played it up
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
of the quote, like the famous
it
quote, and it's not in the book. Not
Yeah.
really, not really.
No, it's not. Right? No, it's not.
No, part like the idea is because he said so they go through, they play the game, and Ron, yes, Ron knows how to play chess, and he's really good at it. And so he's like, no, I know what you need to do. And it's funny again, how did Ron know that they had to take the place of the three players? I don't know. I don't know how they know any of this stuff, guys. Like, I never thought about it when I first read it, but now I'm like, how did they know they had to take the place of these players? Why couldn't Ron just have made them play? I don't know. But they get to it, and Ron's doing a good job, and then he figures out, okay, I know how we need to win this, but he says it's going to, because he says, we're nearly there. Let me think. And Ron says, yes, it's the only way. I've got to be taken. And he's like, you've got to make some sacrifices. I take one step forward and she'll take me. That leaves you free to checkmate the king, Harry. And that's kind of it. Where the movie makes it a big deal.
Say it. I'm like, say it out loud.
You do it. I can't even do it right. It's like, not me, not Hermione, you.
We say this at our house all
Have
the
you seen like
time.
bumper stickers or stuff like yeah, like every now and you see, but it's like NM, NH, whatever.
I have not seen that. That is
Yeah.
funny. Oh my gosh. Yo. Yeah. It's iconic. That's what it is. Rupert Grint really gave it to us. Like
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so yeah, so that was Ron's like I feel like we had Hermione in the one of those, we had Harry, and then that one was all Ron, which I loved. And then they get past
And they
this.
knock Ron out, by the way. He gets smacked in the head.
Do they
He
think he died?
they don't know. And I put a note about that. I said they left Ron. Like the door opened for them or whatever, and they just are like, okay, bye. Hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he is. And I'm like,
He'll be all right. Harry said that. Oh, well, yeah, Hermione said, "What if he's," and then didn't say dead, and he said he'll be all right.
yeah.
Okay, what do you
I have to
recommend
remind
next?
myself, I'm like, they're in middle school because I'm like, oh my God. Like, I would think immediately you'd go and be like, let's make sure he's alive. No, they're like, all right, bye. Hopefully you're good.
So the next chamber is Professor Quirrell's, which is great for them because this one has a mountain troll. But by the time that Harry and Hermione are getting here, the troll has already been knocked out by whoever has come first. So they don't even have to deal with this, which is nice.
Yeah, already done. That's kind of weird though, right? Like, I guess they're like, no time to do anything else, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next chamber was like Snape's, so the potions. And I mean, there's a long quote
Like a
about,
riddle.
yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna read through all of it. But basically, the gist is that there are 7 bottles on the table, and the riddle describes that one of the bottles will get them out to the next chamber, like proceed. 2 are just wine, 3 are poison, and one of them will take them back to the back room, like where Ron is.
This is a very complicated logic puzzle. So they have to determine and not only do they have to determine, like which one is safe to drink, but you see this where they're kind of trying to decide, okay, strategically, who do we want to go to the next part? Because only one person is going to be able to go. They can't both drink whatever the correct potion is.
And Harry's just determined that he's going forward.
I mean, obviously, the book is called Harry Potter. She is confident in the one. I always think like, can I solve this? No.
I had a note there. Could you do it? I
Mm.
think yes, I could, but with paper. Like it sounded like a
Yeah,
story problem, but
notes.
I know I could not have done it at 11. I don't think so.
No, I could not do it. I could not do it. There's no if I had like post-its or like stickers or something to like mark what we were discussing or I don't know. But no, I don't think I could do it. I'm humble enough to admit. I think I would probably poison myself is the truth. So, but not Hermione. She knows. And she should. She does all the studying, so good for her.
So she got it. She drank it. She was able to go back and help Ron. That at least made me feel better. Like she drank the one that went back. She went back to help Ron get help. So he was like, "Go back, get Ron, make sure he's alive. Go back, get on the broomsticks that were there in the last chamber, and then fly back all the way. And what do you say? Get Dumbledore? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Go to the owl. Go to the owlry and send help to Dumbledore.
Yes. We're
What a
even
disaster. Dumbledore's at the Ministry of Magic.
and then Harry's like, "Well, I can hold off Snape for a little bit." I'm like, "How long?" By the time anyway, that seems like it would take a very long.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a solid plan, but whatever. So Harry drinks his and proceeds to the next chamber. Oh, I had a note here though. Harry and Hermione had a nice moment here.
Yes.
Like I thought that was sweet because she's like, "What are you gonna do if Voldemort's in the other chamber? What are you gonna do?" And that's why he's a little more confident. He's like, "Well, I already survived him the last time, like with his scar. I might get lucky again." And she's like, "Hey, Harry, you're a great wizard, you know." And I'm not as good as you, said Harry, very embarrassed. And she let go of him. She gave him a hug. And she said, Me, uh, books and cleverness. There are more important things, friendship and bravery. And oh, Harry, be careful. So I thought that was sweet that they just had a nice moment. Like they're just bonding as friends.
And that was totally her Gryffindor moment to me about like loyalty and bravery. Like she's saying how those are the most important thing to her
That's true.
above books and cleverness.
That's true. That's a good point.
So I always think that I'm like, oh, that is why. Because sometimes I'm like, why is she in Gryffindor above Ravenclaw? And I always think of this quote.
Yeah, because she is like rule follower, whatever, but it didn't get her any questions. She was like, "Of course I'm going with you. Of course I'm staying with you. We're gonna see this through to the end." Like that, her friendship went first.
Yes. So we're now in the last chamber, and this one is Professor Dumbledore's spell, and he placed the Mirror of Erised in this room, this chamber, I guess. And then which we see again because the Mirror of Erised, it like shows you what you greatest desire is what we remember from when Harry last saw it, and well, I can't. That's next chapter, so I better shut up.
I was like, "Wait, we don't see that here."
You're like, wait. I'm like, delete.
I'm like flipping through the pages. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Sorry, guys. We just consider that a preview for us coming.
A sneak
I
peek.
got too excited.
I was like, "Hang on. All we know is that there's flames."
I guess I'll take that out.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Um, so really all we know
It
is
says someone is there, and they said it's not Snape, it's not even Voldemort.
not me, not Hermione. You.
Yep, but we don't know. That's it. That's all we know.
I'm done.
Like, cut the show.
And that's it. Time for bed.
I'm surprised. How did we get through all that so fast?
I know. I know. What? But it's perfect time. This is about how long our episodes go anyway. Next week, it will be chapter 17. It'll be the last one, and it's The Man with Two Faces.
Yep, that's it, guys. Like, this is it. One more for the year for us. Very exciting.
Okay.
You can find me at Hilary Reads.
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
And our podcast is at Don't Use to Read Podcast, all on Instagram. Come find us, follow us. We're so happy to talk to you guys on there. We'll be sure to stay active during Christmas time just to enjoy all the holidays. We love it when you tag us in your thoughts and whatever. It's fun. You guys are fun. Thank you for engaging and make sure you like and rate our episodes wherever you listen to. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.